In this video, I interview Veena V, former TV radio presenter turned entrepreneur with several online businesses and a holiday let. Coming up.
Hey, it's Veena V and welcome to YT Club. This is the place you need to be if you want to be more confident and creative with making your very own videos. I'm all about encouraging you, inspiring you.
So before I ask questions about your holiday let, I also know you're an accidental landlord. You had a property in the UK. Can you tell us a bit about your experience and why you did decide to sell?
So I bought my first property when I was 19 because I've always just wanted to own my own property. I've never really liked to rent. But then I had a child when I was quite young and I moved out of the flat, and I thought, rather than selling it, why don't I just keep it? But at the time the mortgage was ridiculous. I think it was like £700 a month.
Oh, right.
And the
what
rent
year was this?
This was going back, 2008, 2009, and ours was an interest only mortgage.
Right.
So we were paying about £700 for the mortgage and £750 was the rent.
Right.
So even then we were hardly making any money, but I thought rather than selling it, I would rather keep it. And it's just good to have a property, isn't it? You know you've got your property, we'd bought it. I didn't want to put all that kind of time, energy to waste.
So did you have anybody around you to like give you advice, or did you know anyone else that was letting a property? Did you feel alone when you were doing it?
I did feel alone, and I really wish that you had started your channel much sooner, because I think this channel's so great for accidental landlords, people who are just kind of thrown into it, because I didn't really see my property as a business.
Yeah.
It was just there. I didn't want to sell it, so we just put it on rent, but we had no help. We just kind of did it.
Has the experience put you off for life? Would you do it again?
Oh no,
would you consider it?
No, 100% I would do it again. I don't want to call it a mistake, but I would never buy a flat again, because it's that service charge that puts me off. I know there's probably other flats up and down the UK or wherever you are in the world that don't have a high service charge. My service charge was £3,000 for the year, and maybe that's gone up now, but that's really put me off. And it's leasehold as well. I'd rather have a property that's freehold, that is yours, and you're not paying service charges.
Yeah. So during that time that you had tenants in your flat, did you have any bad experiences?
It was okay. I would say it was quite stressful self-managing a property. I would definitely, again, going back to your previous question, if I was to do it again, I don't think I would self-manage. I think I would get, even though the fees can be quite expensive, I would get a letting agent involved, because there were some instances where one of the guys, for example, he didn't pay the last month's rent, but I had his deposit. But then there was when he had left, there was problems in the flat. There was like marks on the walls. I hadn't even done an inventory because I didn't know anything about that. So when I checked the flat after he had left, I was like, oh my God, it's a mess. And there's nothing I could do. I tried to contact him. There's no way of me contacted him. So even though I had his deposit money, it wasn't really anything kind of like, woohoo, I've got his deposit money, because he didn't pay the last month's rent and he just left the flat in not a great state. Yeah. So I think it's a big lesson there is, I think if you're just starting, is maybe stay away from, and everyone's different, but I would suggest stay away from self-managing. Get someone to do it maybe for 6 months and then have the confidence. Or if you've got the time, I'm like a busy mum who's running my own businesses as well, so I don't really have the time to be managing a property as well.
Well, when you invest on your own, it can be hard because we don't receive any property education, unless we seek it. And things have moved on since 2008 as well. We've now got the tenancy deposit scheme where their deposit has to be banked in a specific account, so it can only be used if they do leave without paying the rent, or if they cause any damages, and it all gets checked, which is good, because in the past landlords were just keeping the tenant's deposit irrespective of whether the property was handed over in good condition or not. So new regulations come in since then, which is good for both parties. But yeah, and bearing in mind that there are a lot of accidental landlords out there who I think are in a similar position, and that's how I started myself. And it can be difficult, it can be stressful, and until you're until you know what you're doing and you look at it as a business, which is what it is, then it's more difficult to succeed. So I appreciate you sharing that with us.
I don't think it has to be stressful at all.
No.
As long as you have the time to do it.
Yeah.
And realise that, like you said, it is a business at the end of the day. We're not here for the fun of it, to just rent our property out. It's a business, and you need to put, it's kind of like you need to, I don't know the phrase, but you need to like cover your back with the right paperwork, the right help and support as well, especially at the beginning stage.
Yeah. Are you ready for the quick fire round?
I am ready for the quick fire round.
Coffee or tea?
Oh, tea, 100%.
Oh, right.
Tea with 1 brown sugar. Very precise.
Talking or texting?
Talking. So many people say texting, and I don't know why.
No, I prefer to talk.
I think it's because it's just long otherwise. Like the messages between each other, I'd rather just call someone.
I agree. A 30-minute text conversation could be done in 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Seriously, talking.
If you could sit down and chat to anyone for 30 minutes for inspiration, who would it be?
J.K. Rowling.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I just love her story so much. I would actually interview her in those 30 minutes as well.
Give us one of your top 5 movies of all time.
Oh, it's one I literally watched last week, and it's called Joy.
Joy?
Joy, and it's about a mum who invented the self-wringing mop. And I just think I'm one of these people that are so into all these kind of inspirational stories, especially about like business owners. So this film, it's got Jennifer Lawrence in and Bradley Cooper, and yeah, it's just a great story of like motivation, inspiration. So I highly recommend you watch that.
We got here from hard work, patience, and humility. So I want to tell you, don't ever think that the world owes you anything, because it doesn't. The world doesn't owe you a thing.
If viewers could only watch one video on your channel, which video would you recommend?
It would be 3 ways how to stay motivated on YouTube.
Excellent. I'll link that in the description.
Yes, and make sure you watch that. I think it's a good one even just for motivation in general. Because I think a lot of us can get disheartened sometimes, can't we? If things aren't going our way. But in life, you have to keep going.
Yeah, so true. Yeah. Do you believe in aliens?
No, I don't believe it. But I did when I was little. I used to watch that UFO program. Oh, what was it called? Strange Things. Oh.
I don't know.
I can't remember. No.
Was it like Monsters in the Closet?
Oh my God, that's going to really annoy me now. What was the name? Not Strange But True. No, was it called Strange But True?
I don't know. I don't recognize.
It was a really good program on ITV. And it was all about like UFOs and is it real? That's going to annoy me. I need to find that out.
Well, when you find it out, don't text me, phone me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And the last one is, what's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Probably from my dad. In a way, it sounds a bit negative, but it's never rely on anyone. He's always drummed that into me ever since I was a child. I think it's good he taught me that because it kind of makes you do stuff for yourself and be independent. Just do things yourself. You don't need to rely on anyone in your life.
So finally, please tell me about your holiday let in Mauritius, because I've seen photos of it and it looks stunning.
Oh, I'm so glad you've asked me because I completely forgot to mention. So me and my dad, we now run some apartments in Mauritius. It's called Real Mauritius, our properties. And we just want to create a lovely environment for people because the flights are really expensive to Mauritius. And we wanted to have some affordable accommodation where people can come and stay in a private apartment. There's a swimming pool, air conditioning, high-speed Wi-Fi, which we all need to go on YouTube. Yeah, it's just a really nice family environment, and it's not in the hustle and bustle of all the touristy areas. It's kind of a bit away from that in the northeast of the island in Mauritius. So it's lovely.
And so how do you advertise that, and how do you manage the bookings?
So we really need to kind of up our marketing. I'm actually using YouTube as a tool to do that. But right now we are just advertising on Airbnb. So we've got a lot of inquiries through Airbnb, and also HomeAway are the 2 main ones we're using.
So if people want to book that accommodation, where's the best place for them to go?
If you contact us direct, and it would be my lovely dad or me who will get back to you, realmauritius.com/book is the page. And we've got all the pictures and videos of the property up on there as well.
Brilliant. So thanks for joining me, Veena.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Rather than always relying on someone else. Yeah.
I'm not, you know, making it up to the stuff.
It's like a broke mannequin challenge. We're like frozen then, actually. I was smiling, waiting for you to answer the next question.
Cool.